Let's go on now to the second important technique I'd like to discuss, which is picking. And as I've discussed before in the first video, the type of picking I like to do is where you pick up away from the pick guard. Now, with this technique, which has been discussed before, I've been trying to add, usually my style was to pick up, as you can see here, side of the pick right here, picking up. And then I would follow that with any downstrokes, were just typical downstrokes, like straight across sideways. So the kind of a new version I'm trying to do is to where I can do a mirror image downstroke of the upstroke. So the upstroke picks up and the downstroke picks up with the opposite side of the pick. So you... technique I'm trying to work on right now so that I could free myself up to use either an up or downstroke depending on the passage or the type of tone you want to get, because they'll sound a little different. So and on with this, there's also the kind of what I call the piano technique, where I use pick and fingers, which I do a lot of, where I'll use the pick, but then my second and third fingers predominantly will play along with it, and you kind of, to get kind of almost like a steel guitar sound or a piano, you get all the notes at once. I'm particularly fond of that technique because it kind of sounds like a steel guitar or a piano, which I particularly like. And of course, then the third type of picking I like to talk about is basically just with the fingers. What can be used with this? By the way, that's usually just the thumb and the second and third fingers. And then sometimes for punctuation, I'll use the first finger on the way down. And one technique I'm still working on, which I can't talk much about now because I can't do it yet, is more of the classical approach. Bass guitar or a classical guitar, which is a totally different tone, and I'm still kind of working on that. Hopefully get that together someday. But for now, it's more of the folk kind of technique. And one variation of the all-finger technique is where you choke the notes, like... Basically, what I'm doing when I do that is after I hit the note, either usually with my second finger, I'll come back and stop it with the second finger. Or the thumb, actually, the first thumb. With the thumb, I'll stop the note again on a downstroke. And it's kind of useful for a kind of a country thing, or if you're doing legato. You can mix it up and have some... The mixing up kind of will add certain accentuations to the ones where you choke them. Other ones you let be more legato. And it's basically a kind of a country western style, but it can be used in any kind of piece. And the all-finger technique, rarely used on electric. It's more of a kind of an acoustic guitar thing, which I hope to be able to show you some vignettes of that as this video goes along.